Okay, so several things work against me in order to find a safe place to be in nature without having interruptions and such. So, number one, nature and I don't really get along very well most of the time. Uh, is I don't mean to say that I don't like being out in nature, because sometimes I do. But I get allergic rashes if I touch grass and plants and stuff like that. I don't really like having bugs around me and stuff like that. I can't really handle too much heat. Blah blah blah. Goes on and on. So that's the first thing. But today was actually a beautiful, perfect day for me to be out in nature. However, around here, yes, there are some trails and some pretty things, pretty places and stuff, but to find an open space that, a space that's big enough for me to do this kind of thing that I'm doing here in the video, and not be interrupted by people who are curious or who are just passing by minding their own business. It's near impossible to do around here. At least not if I want a place that's safe to be in. And the other thing is that everywhere around here is very noisy because there are highways and stuff around here. Now, all that being said, I am very lucky that I do have places I can walk in nature and that it's near here. Oh, here in the video I was trying to decide if I wanted my sweater on or off. Anyway, so I did this, and I mean, if you know me at all, you know that I love to dance. And so when Salma Darling's summit activity came around, I was like, wow, this is definitely for me. I've got to do this. But the day that I watched her summit activity video, I couldn't do it that day. I can't remember the reason that day, but anyway, then there was weather issues because it was raining or whatever, and then I wasn't feeling well, and blah 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 blah. That too goes on and on. But today, finally, I got out there and I said, never mind all these excuses, and just get out there and just do it. Just figure out a way and just do it. Now, I wasn't able to be fully with myself because I was kind of aware that at any moment somebody could go by, and several times people did go by, and so I did this in a few spots, and so anyway, I really did enjoy it. It felt really good to move and stretch, and you'll see in a couple of places. I think you've already seen one place that I have very poor balance, and sometimes I nearly fell and tripped. Oh yeah, there was somebody coming. So I tried to be creative with my transitions and stuff, and here in this second location, I really liked my shadows this morning when I went out there and did this. And so I played with the shadow for a while, danced with my shadow for a while. And this whole thing it's like self-care and well-being and personal development and just being with yourself and just doing what comes intuitively, and that sort of stuff just it just really resonates with me. I just really enjoyed doing this, and I think I'm gonna want to do this again. Maybe not in nature, possibly, but probably not in nature. But probably here in the house. Now here, the camera, the spots on the camera, they actually seem kind of neat. It's almost as if I did that on purpose somehow, like with some kind of filter or effect or something. So yeah, so I left this footage in even though the spots are kind of troublesome. Now, I love to dance, but I don't know any real dance moves or anything like that, except a couple that I learned when I was like in jazz class when I was like barely 5 years old or something. But anyway, but that doesn't stop me. I love to dance. And so I dance a lot. And this is not necessarily dance, but kind of just, I don't know, just movement at all. And it just felt really good. I'm not very good at telling stories or doing voiceovers and stuff, but anyway, so I guess I'll kind of just let you listen to the nature sounds and the big rigs and everything for the rest of the video, unless I think of something else I wanted to say. But thank you, Salma darling, for this summit activity guide and everything. I really love this. Oh yeah, one more thing. I found it difficult to know if the camera was running or if I was in frame or whatever, and like I know that I'm not really supposed to worry about that sort of stuff, but I just really wanted to film this. So, but I'm happy to see that by my footage that for the most part I did pretty good. Oh, another creative transition coming up. Oh, I was seeing a bird up there, like a large bird, and I was gonna show you. Yeah, trying to be creative here, and I'm not sure if it's creepy or if it's a good one. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you the bird, but and sort of dance and mimic the bird, but I couldn't. He flew away out of sight before I could do that. And I guess I wasn't done talking after all. Anyway, yeah, I had considered asking Franklin, that's my husband, if he would come out with me so that he could film and maybe even dance too. But I didn't want him to have to stand there for however long I was going to be, because I didn't know how long I was going to be. Now, I wasn't out for very long doing this, but then after I finished this, I went for a walk, which I really enjoyed. It had been a while since I had done that. So anyway, overall, it was a really good experience and a really good thing to do. And yeah, when I got to this particular location, there wasn't really that many people interrupting me, so that was good. So anyway, oh yeah, and the one other thing that I wanted to say is that there are some clips, especially in the beginning at the first location, before I tied my sweater around my waist, that I wish that I could do something about that butt. And I suppose technically I could. Oh, and this is pretty neat. It's almost as if I was magically making the winds rustle the trees and stuff there like that. It was neat. Anyway, So yeah, I was as present and intuitive as possible, and I kept wanting, like you here see me here with my hands like that. I kept wanting to embrace all the good from the sun and the air and like the fresh air and the sounds of the birds and everything, and I kept wanting to like give it out too. And so that's a lot of the weird arm movements I was making. That's what most of it was about. But anyway, there you go. Thank you to everybody involved in the summit. Thank you for everything. So generous, so wonderful. And to you who are watching this, if you don't know anything about the summit, I will have a link in the description of this video for the for Lifebook. The summit is now over. However, if you sign up for Lifebook, you will have all of the summit content with it. So anyway,